Hi, my name is Tommy.
Hi, I'm Megs.
And we are Weekender Creative.
And this is Pino.
Hi! Yeah, this is our first vlog. I guess what we want to talk about today is a bit about our weekend away this week.
Yep, in Yarra Valley. We went to a tiny home in Flowerdale, which was on a little micro winery, like a little orchard. And we had the Saturday free, so we decided to go winery hopping.
Yep.
And yeah, this is
that story.
This is that. This is how that went down, okay? The fog on the first morning.
Yeah, the fog was really nice.
Stunning. I sort of felt like I woke up in like a mystical place.
It honestly looks like kind of like magical.
Yeah, it was very magical. It didn't even feel like we were just outside of Melbourne.
Honestly, like it was a real highlight of the stay. The view of the lake, in my opinion.
And I feel like the early wake up was like a blessing in disguise because everything was so pretty at that time. It was also really cold, so there was a lot of condensation everywhere, sort of added to the vibe. You know what I mean?
Condensation clear.
Condensation clear. Was that right?
Yeah, very vibey. And then we went on a drive.
Yeah.
Out to our first winery. Actually, no, we didn't go to the winery first.
No, we went to get coffee first. We went to Yeah. I don't know if it's Yeah or Ye or...
Ye? Yeah?
Yeah, it's... Okay, anyway, yeah, we went and got coffee. Just great coffee. They had like 5 signs that were all saying just great coffee. So I said that we had to go there. We have Just Great Coffee from Just Great Coffee. Is it actually called Just Great Coffee?
And got you a jelly slice. And I got myself a peppermint slice.
Oh, yum! Okay. I feel like all the locals are like, what the heck are these people doing? Jelly slice is like the slice of my childhood.
Look at that ratio.
Yeah. You thought it was like actually Just Great Coffee. I thought it was like, meh, Just Great Coffee.
Ah, that's true, yeah. What's your usual coffee order?
My usual coffee order is a long black, a batch brew, a cold brew, filter, any black coffee.
Yeah. I like cappuccino.
It's a cappuccino boy.
Full cream milk as well.
Yeah. I feel like the drive up to the tiny home, like driving up to the vineyard, was a part of the whole experience. Like it was so beautiful. It's like opening a gate up into like the forest. And there's Hunter. Can be mistaken for Tucker. I called him Tucker, but I don't know where that came from when we were there. I was like, Tucker.
He just gives Tucker.
He gives Tucker. He is giving Tucker. But Hunter was a dirty boy.
He is very
He was in and out of the lake.
Yeah.
I was like, do not jump on me, Hunter.
Yeah, but he definitely jumped. He even stood on 2 legs.
Yeah, that guy was wild.
Yeah, a dog.
Speak of the devil.
Oh my god. But yeah, the view of the lake was really beautiful.
The lake, the reflection of all the trees on the lake, the clouds on the lake.
And then we got to our first winery. So our mission for the day was to hit 3 different wineries at least, and do either a tasting or a meal. And our first one that we hit was...
Immerse Winery.
Immerse Winery. So we just finished a tasting at Immerse Winery. We're taking home a couple bottles, and I guess what I can say about it is like, yeah, even if you're not a wine person, they've kind of talked through the wines really well. A lot of like explanation and history about the place. We even asked about how they started, and they talked about how they've been around for 20 years and they've been through the fires in the region, so they're kind of like a region that has like rebuilt a little bit. But yeah, really friendly staff, and it was definitely like a nice tasting, free of charge tasting.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. Like there's
Stunning.
It's absolutely stunning. There's a wedding happening in there just like super nice. There's like a nice garden that we're gonna walk through right now, and yeah, highly recommend. Not crazy expensive wines as well.
Yeah, it's very reasonable for the wines.
Very reasonable.
Friendly staff, really
Yeah.
good staff. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Friendly staff, and
vibes.
one day we'll come back for the menu.
Yes.
Taste their lunch.
The tasting, it was actually a stand-up tasting, which I feel like we haven't come across a lot.
Yeah, no, we haven't. I don't think we have done one. You can have great conversations, you learn a lot more because you get a lot more attention. Like, they know exactly when you finish and you're ready for your next wine. Like, I feel like there's a lot more attention when you're standing, which was great about this place. The guy was super knowledgeable, really friendly and welcoming. Yep, so highlight for us were the sparkling white and the sparkling rosé, which we bought.
Oh yeah, the rosé was really good.
Sparkling rosé.
Sparkling rosé.
Yeah. We bought. Was it sparkling rosé we got? It's not sparkling rosé. It's sparkling Shiraz.
Oh, sparkling Shiraz.
So we got sparkling NV Brut Curvé.
Ooh.
And we also picked up the Immerse sparkling NV Shiraz. It's so light and fresh, and it's going to be perfect for summer.
And yeah, very nice venue. Would highly recommend if you're in Yarra Valley.
Yep.
And then we went next door. So
Literally next door.
Mandala Winery and their restaurant called Divino.
Yes. And we went here for lunch. We didn't go for a tasting. I'm so excited. Cheers. Yeah.
So we've just visited
Mandala.
Mandala Winery, Divino restaurant, and honestly, like if you're in the area in the Yarra Valley region, a must try.
Must try?
I reckon. Like the pizza.
Oh, the pizza was so good.
The pizza, the duck prosciutto with the truffle and the fiore latte and the
Dried raspberries.
and the dried raspberries.
It was like freeze-dried raspberries.
It actually works so well
Yeah.
on a pizza, and like the dough of the pizza was honestly so good as well.
Yeah, super fluffy, and like, you know how you get like the bounce and like the bubbles.
It was bubbly. It
Like
was a bubbly.
slightly charred. So good. Honestly, best pizza I've ever had. Ever.
You know, if that's like the top one, just imagine like the other ones
True.
that are on the menu. So
Yeah. We
I-
need to come
I-
back and try more pizza.
yeah.
Is that what you're trying to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. So we'll come back next time. We'll try some more pizza.
Yeah. Let's do a wine tasting next time.
We do wine tasting, and it's a good idea to end with coffee. To be honest, I think it's
Yeah, we had coffee. Come for the pizza and also the wine.
the wine. Yeah, I'm sure the wine's good.
The wine
I'm
was
sure
good.
the wine's great.
I had a Brut de Brut,
Blanc de Blanc.
Blanc de Blanc. Am I drunk already?
Blanc de Blanc, and I had
Brut de
a
Brut.
Pinot Grigio.
Blanc de Blanc was
Brut de
great.
Brut.
It was
That's
great.
funny.
Anyway, all right, that's enough. Bye.
And it's a $40 pizza. It's probably the most expensive pizza I've ever bought.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, they are pretty pricey in there. Like, the whole menu was pretty pricey. We just got. Really? Do you think? Pino's having his input. We got the pizza, and we also got the duck parfait and bread. The pizza, let's talk about the pizza. I was pretty unsure, like when Tommy first suggested we get it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about having raspberries on my pizza, but it wasn't what you think. It's not just raspberries dropped on there. It's like little sprinkles. It actually added like the perfect like sour sweetness to the pizza. I think I said in one of our recap clips, like it's definitely like the best pizza I've ever had.
It's crazy.
Like ever.
Yeah,
Like,
I think me too. Like, it's actually a crazy tasty pizza.
yeah, I'm obsessed. I want it again. I wish we had it down the road because I would be getting it every...
That'd be dangerous.
Yeah.
But if you know a better pizza place, let us know where it is. Let us know where to visit.
Absolutely.
We'd love to try it.
So the venue at Mandala was completely different to Immerse. It felt like we were going from like cottagecore into like this like modern art museum.
Much more industrial, more modern, and I think you were saying that the staff were like really well trained there as well. So
it was more like tablecloth service vibes.
yeah, definitely a different type of experience, but really good to, I guess, like visit both and like contrast the two.
Yeah, both were great in different ways. It just felt like Mandala was a bit more classy. I feel like at Immerse it was a lot more like casual and like super warm, whereas I felt like when I went into Mandala it felt like a little bit icy. If they were signing off an email, Immerse would be a cheers and Mandala would be kind regards or yours sincerely.
I think I need to add to that. That's pretty much it.
And single vineyard basically means that we don't combine any barrels or fruits from other sites. It's just from the one site.
Yeah.
Phi is the 21st letter of the Greek alphabet, and it symbolizes like harmony, balance, portion.
De Bortoli.
Bortoli.
De Bortoli.
We're butchering these names, I reckon. The drive there was beautiful.
That itself, it really set the expectations in the scene. Like,
Oh, it set the
Very well.
scene.
out of all of the wineries that we visited, De Bortoli probably had the largest estate.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was just like a picture perfect day. The grass super green, the sky, we described it as like a Toy Story sky. Like
Yeah.
it looked like it was straight out of a cartoon.
There were a lot of families there, which was interesting.
Yeah, there were a lot of families.
And it just made it feel very welcoming and warm.
Really fuzzy.
Really fuzzy, even when we hadn't even stepped inside the actual building.
They have just like hills that you can sit on and have a picnic with the bottle of wine you just bought. They have a playground, like.
And we played on the playground.
And we played on it, yeah, 100%. Of course we played on the playground. There was no way we weren't going to play on the playground.
No.
Yeah, it was a great time before we even stepped in the door. So that was setting the bar high already.
And this was a sit-down wine tasting experience.
But it was at the bar.
But it was at the bar, yeah. And I feel like when we stepped inside and we looked around, it felt like, you said it felt like a cave.
Yeah, it felt like a really warm cave in an inviting, beautiful way. Kind of felt a bit old school.
Yeah.
But in a cool way. Rustic, yeah. Completely different vibe to the first two again. And we had this gorgeous girl just explaining all these wines to us so beautifully. Blown away kind of by her knowledge. Made it personable and relatable to us. And I think like a little tip, if you are going to do wine tastings and you haven't really done it before, like we've only gone to like a handful, not even, I don't know. We've been to like a handful of wine tastings and we're not like super knowledgeable about wine yet. And I think it's great to just be honest with them and let them know that like you're kind of new, because then they'll explain it in a way that you'll understand. You won't feel overwhelmed, you won't feel out of place. I remember we were getting to the end and I didn't know what a, what's it called?
Port?
Yeah, I didn't know what a port was. I kind of felt like a bit nervous to ask what a port was, but then it ended up being a great thing that I did ask, because she explained it in a way that we'd understand and like went into like the history of port, and like now I know what port is, so like don't feel afraid to ask. And I know it can be intimidating, but yeah, definitely let them know that you're new to it so that you can get a better understanding and learn a bit more as well.
Absolutely. The wines there were really good. Like, I think we enjoyed a select few of them. Some of them we were like, okay, those are like not really our style. But it was interesting because we compared two different Pinot Noirs side by side next to each other in like literally like two glasses next to each other. And it was very interesting for them to explain the difference and then for us to kind of taste that difference.
Yeah.
And we found it, yeah, it tastes different. Like, even though we have a beginner palate.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we'd like had that experience as well.
Yeah.
I think that's what, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it was like very cool. It was like, wow, I actually know, I can taste the difference.
Yeah, and it felt good that we were like, oh my God, I actually prefer this one over the other. Like, I actually didn't like one of them, but I really liked the other. And I was like, wow, so I like these things and I don't like these things in a wine. And it was cool that she helped us figure that out. We got to pick 8 wines from their menu, which was very generous. A lot of the other wineries are like 4 to 5.
Yeah.
And this girl was so friendly, and like we got talking to her and like had good rapport with her. She even let us try a ninth, which was port. No, it wasn't port. It was Tawny, because it's not made in Portugal.
That's it. Tawny.
Because I know what a port is.
Tawny is basically a fortified wine, which means that there's additional spirit added to it to preserve it. And then it gets more sugary, it gets sweeter, so it's more of a dessert wine. And Tawny is the name given to it because if it's not from Portugal, you can't call it port.
That's what we got out of that. And good job for remembering that as well. Good job. So we tried port for the first. We tried Tawny for the first. We tried Tawny for the first time, and then she also let us compare 2 of them again, which means we actually tasted 10 wines.
Yeah.
And she sort of gave us all the notes of each of them, and then we were able to figure out those notes while we were tasting, and like, oh yeah, I can recognize that one, maybe a little less of that one. And we ended up preferring one over the other again.
Yeah, we ended up getting the 21-year-old wine. It's 21-year-old.
Yeah, the 21-year-old Tawny. Yeah, we were sold.
They got us. They got us.
She got us. We purchased some more wine. We ended up getting their rosé, which is called the Rosato.
The rosé was very good.
All their bottles were so beautiful as well. And then we also got the Old Boys Tawny, which is 21 years old. Crazy. And she gave us a hot tip about Tawny.
Yes, what's that hot tip?
Put it in the freezer and it'll become a little more thicker in consistency, more like syrupy. Pour it over ice cream. As soon as she said that, both of our mouths dropped and she sort of laughed at us. We were like, that is exactly what we're doing. We won't have this any other way. Like it's going on ice cream. Or it'll be beautiful over ice as well, I reckon. For like a little dessert moment. Because you're into like a Baileys on ice.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be your new Baileys on ice.
Yeah, a little digestive. A little dessert wine.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome addition to our bar because we don't have anything like this. Yeah, I wish we got her name so we could shout her out, but...
You know who you are.
You know who you are if you work at Bortoli. Yeah, you know who you are. You're awesome. We even complimented her on her service because she was awesome. So you know.
On our way to our final winery, so we ended up going to Steele's Gate, which is only a few minutes down the road from Bortoli. And Steele's Gate again is a completely different vibe from the rest of them. It's more of like a backyard feel.
The most minimal for sure. Even more casual than Immerse. We also had the owner serve us, Matt. He took us through the first few wines of the tasting and it just really felt like a man in his backyard.
Yeah, it was really cool.
In a great way.
It just felt like it was like genuine, I'm here, I make wine, I want to show you what it is.
Because I'm passionate about it.
And at the same time it felt like very bungalow-esque Australian building. Pretty nice interior. They had like even like what looks like local art displayed there.
A beautiful balcony that you can drink wine on, which we did.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Staff here also super friendly. We had some younger staff working here, which was really cool to see. He was super knowledgeable as well. And like, I kind of got taken aback. I was like, wow, you actually know a lot about wine. And
yeah, I actually quite like the wine here as well. Like, it's definitely not... I quite like the wine here as well. What really sold it as well for me was the balcony and the view.
I think I'd be keen to come here to actually have a meal and sit on the balcony on a nice day. That would be stunning. I don't think I preferred the wines here as much, and that's just my taste, my evolving taste. But it still was, there was a few wines that I did like. They were quite refreshing wines. They were more dry, they were less sweet. And Matt explained that to us actually. He explained that they use only 5% sugar syrup in their sparkling, whereas usually a lot of other vineyards use 10%.
Yeah.
So I actually did like their sparkling because of that. And then we were done for the day at the wineries.
Yes, we were done at the wineries.
Let's rank them. What was your number 1 to 4, or what was your 4 to 1?
I must say as well, none of them are bad experiences, and they're also vastly different in the way that they offer their products, the staff, the venue and landscape, just everything. They're all so different, and I have to like first of all like congratulate them all on like, you know, what they're offering. But if I had to rank them from 4 to 1, it'd be Steele's Gate. I really like the view, I really like the staff, but the wines, I feel like, you know, maybe I could try something else next time. Number 3 would be Immerse. Really lovely staff again, very knowledgeable. I really enjoyed the wine here as well, and the outdoor venue was great. And you know, I'd come back for a meal, you know. I just thought there's 2 more that I could. Number 2 for me would be Mandala. Mandala was number 2, even though they had a fantastic pizza, 10 out of 10 pizza, really nice service. I just thought that atmosphere-wise, I preferred number 1. Number 1 was Bortoli.
Yeah.
Bortoli just had the views, the knowledge, the banter, the great wine. I had it all, and I haven't even had a bite to eat there yet, which I think, yeah, we both agree we'd love to try some food there.
Yep.
And that's why Bortoli is in my number 1 spot for this trip.
Ding, 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 ding.
How about you, baby?
I'd say coming in at number 4 would be Steele's Gate as well. I think we sort of had the same opinions on Steele's Gate. Super, super stunning views, different to all the others. But I just felt like, as I said before, the wines weren't really to my taste as much, but also we haven't tried them all. I definitely would want to go back to Steele's Gate. Yeah, to have a meal on the balcony would be amazing on a good day. Number 3 for me would be Mandala, switching it up. Even though there was like amazing pizza, and definitely would go back again for that pizza and other pizzas, I feel like the vibe there wasn't quite to my taste. I kind of like more of a lax, I don't know, warmer vibe, I think. And then number 2 would be Immerse. I just loved Immerse. I loved the garden. I think maybe because it was the first one off the gate, it just like stung me straight away. Beautiful garden, beautiful swing. Everyone was so friendly and warm. No stone left unturned there. I feel like they were just like super on it. I think 3 people were making sure we were okay. Like everyone was super warm and yeah, welcoming. One thing that really got me was like, there was a lot of like families with their grandparents, and like, it just felt like such a great atmosphere to like be with your family, and the fact that there was a wedding going on, like it just felt really warm in there. And then number 1 would also be Bortoli. Number 1 is Bortoli. Just like for the same reasons as Tommy, it was just awesome. I feel like the service was great at all of them, but this one it just hit different. The girl who served us was like, sort of was more personable with us, and there was a bit of banter, like you said, and like that's what I really like in service. And she taught me a lot. I just felt like it was great, and like the fact they had a playground, and like we even had fun on the playground, like it made me feel like a little bit of a kid again, like inner child came out. And it was just a perfect day on the hills, soaking in the sun. It just felt awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really nice experience. And then after that we went back home.
The sun was out, and the skies were clear, and the clouds were reflecting on the water in the lake, and it just felt so beautiful in a different way than this morning. Like I didn't even think like it could be that beautiful in different weather again. Like
really beautiful to see it in the evening, in the afternoon, 5:30, 6 o'clock glow.
We decided we wanted some family time with Pina and like start a fire, because they had an outdoor fire pit. So we did just that. And we had a beer by the fire.
So we got a beer that you'll see in our next video.
Yeah.
It's from the Kongwak market. I'll try not to spoil too much, but yeah, we had that during the night. And yeah, we just had like a really nice night by the fire. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that was our night. And now we're back in Melbourne.
Woo! We're back.
We're back in our space.
I really enjoyed the trip. It was like really nice to just take a weekend off and relax, enjoy some really good food, be in the company of great people. Having Pinot have lots of fun and seeing his big staffy smile always on display this weekend.
It was so beautiful, and he is like so tired now. He was sleeping all afternoon, like he was worn out. He had a great time. But yeah, I also thought it was an amazing weekend. What's not to love about winery hopping and like staying in a beautiful place by a lake? Like,
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Like honestly, like winery hopping is, and driving around in like really like, you know, stunning locations is like honestly such a cheap thrill.
Yeah, I was saying that today. I was like, for an experience, and it takes like your whole day. Winery tastings are like from $0 to $20. I don't think they get much more expensive than that usually, which is pretty cheap for like a whole day experience. Like you go to a few, go on a really nice day. Like it just felt magical the whole day. Like even the drive between wineries was so much fun. Like
Yes.
putting the windows down, just taking it all in. Really,
Taking it all in.
yeah, highly recommend going to Yarra Valley, and highly recommend checking out tiny homes,
Yes.
because
If
we've
you
never
haven't-
done that.
Yeah, if you haven't tried a tiny home, I would definitely recommend giving it a go. Can't say no to a tiny home.
Yeah.
This has been our first video on this channel.
Yeah.
It started from a TikTok page where we showcase different places in regional Victoria. And now we've started a YouTube channel. So if you like to see this kind of content, definitely hit subscribe. Let us know what you think of this video and where we should go next.
Yes, what you want to see.
What we're going to see in our next video, we'll be going to Conwack markets
Yeah.
and exploring out there in Gippsland.
Yeah.
And any final remarks?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to Weekend Accreted.
I'm Tommy.
I'm May. That was Pino.
Hope you guys enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Stay creative.
So good. we need to work on a sign off.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye.